Coming soon, reflections on the decline of belief in religion. As I type and begin this daunting volume, I sincerely hope that you know that my words come from a place of compassion, particularly for those with an honest faith in someone greater than them. People I grew up with, people I came to know, comrades along the road, those raised up and those damaged. For the purpose of this book, I state no position about doctrine or faith. I do not wish to assert whether the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is real or not, or if he is loving or not. I will instead focus on people and the systems they create specifically within the branches of Christianity in England. If we are supposed to recognize the pious by the fruits of their spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, then the actions of those in authority in particular is paramount to the survival of the concept of God in this country. For some Christians, to say that you are a believer is enough. But it seems clear that there should be evidence of an inspired soul, even if the person's ability to speak was taken away. Something about them should clearly believe in goodness. Religious trauma is very abundant among members of my generation, but I have met many people full of glee as they tell me all about the God of Abraham. People will tell me how much he means to them. So what's the difference between the one who cannot so much as look at a church and the one who skips through the doors as if flowers lined their soul? The people they met along the way. At the Western Wall in Jerusalem, I asked a rabbi this question: how do you recognize God? If Moses really saw a bush on fire that wasn't burning and had never seen anything like it before, how could he possibly believe it was God? After all, God never told anyone he might appear like that. It could have been anyone. The rabbi laughed gently in the baking sun and replied, "Why are you so bothered about recognizing God in the world? You want to know God? Well, here's what you should do. You should think carefully about your behavior. How do you treat others? If you kick a homeless man in the street, he might believe he is cursed somehow. If you give him 1,000 shekels instead, he might praise God because he believes he's blessed at last. So should you look for a burning bush, or should you think carefully about who you are becoming? The more God there is in you, the easier it is to see the same spirit elsewhere." People's understanding of God, whether we are pleased about this fact or not, comes from their experience of people who call themselves the pious ones, the believers, the followers. Equally, looking at the shadow in a congregation and in a community comes from recognizing the shadow in oneself. For this reason, to avoid church in fear and to waltz in without a care could be, potentially, two extremes of light and dark. Wrong or right is another question, but for most people there's a balance of light and dark that allows them to conquer the imperfections of congregations they are members of. This book is focused on inducements to walk away. The focus is on the shadow that I fear no one dares to face. Do with this information what you will. For an atheist, this will be a non-exhaustive list of reasons why they are averse to religion as a whole. To the pious at home, these issues could be the reason they feel unsafe worshipping with others. These issues could be the reason a praying mother is weeping as her marriage breaks down and the church disappears when she needs them most. For those in church, these issues could be lingering concerns that they aim to address as best possible. For the zealots, these shadows may feel illegal to even look at or discuss. But the interesting thing about shadows is that they are quickly subdued by light. Light a candle, set your face as flint, and take a look. This book is uncomfortable to type and will be strange to publish. After all, the beauty and the darkness of this subject swirls within my beating heart. Come and explore the issues alongside me. You might have the right inspiration to remedy these concerns within your community. Then this book might have been worth it. Perhaps you will see that you are not alone when it comes to your own feelings. Church, regardless of individual people's faith, has long been known as a safe house for the needy, sustenance for the hungry, and rest for the weak, no matter who they are or where they come from. Church was the place to find out about hearts who have dramatically altered for the better, a place to discover an impossible capacity for forgiveness and hope. but I could cry to see that light dimming at the hands of those in power, who value their position more than the health of the pious and the needy. My fear is that the beauty of Christianity will soon be reduced to nothing more than the religion of those bad pastors doing unspeakable things, while every good person afraid of the shadow dares not look, dares not speak, dares not acknowledge. This book, therefore, is dedicated to every person who is ostracized and alone, every weeper who desperately wants to believe that the church is good, every person standing outside of a church wishing it was everything it used to be, everything it is advertised to be. The onus is on Christians to prove me wrong once and for all, to prove that shadows can and will be conquered. They must prove that the church can be a place of safety and high-level safeguarding.